Ivelina Stoilova has been writing poetry in English since 2015, when she was in her early 20s. Even though she comes from a very different education and professional background, in 2014 she graduated in tourism in Kresm, Austria. She has found that her passion for poetry is growing every day. She cherishes this talent and says it helps her look at the world from a different angle. She very much enjoys that people who have read her work liked it and confesses this to be a trigger for her decision to finally publish some of it. Until today, her poetry includes over 600 poems in 4 poetry books. Dine with the King is her first published poetry book, the others being Nights in the Theatre, When the Saints Go Marching In, My Planet's P1, Sky to Earth. Let's so welcome Ivelina, who's right now connected with us. Hi, Ivelina. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation and joining us.
Buongiorno, Ginevra. It's a pleasure to be here.
Buongiorno. So let's talk about Dine with the King. It's a very interesting title. What is the poetry collection about, please? How it is structured?
Dine with the King actually came as a surprise to me too, because I was writing poetry since 2015, but I never really thought that I would come to a point where I would like to publish. And now in 2024, it's finally here. The poetry in it actually shows a storyline. I didn't quite know that in the beginning, but when I started writing each poem, I kind of understood that it actually tells the story about a king, narrated by every person in his realm. So to say, they picture and help us build the image of the king and to understand better his personality.
Okay, is there a target public that we can address the book to, or is it for a generic public?
It's actually for everybody who will find sense in it. I don't, in my mind, it's not targeted for some specific audience, like to say age or gender, anything like that, but for everybody who will find sense in it, who will like it. So yeah, it's for the whole public.
And what are the crucial themes that you try to bring to the reader's attention?
Yeah. First of all, of course, when you are a king, you will probably feel a lot of treason, treachery, people who will betray you, people who will want to take your place, who will think that they are the better fit for your place. So that's one topic. The other topic, of course, is also love, and how actually, when being in this very, very important role in king, how you actually balance between your personal life, your personal expectations about love and the person who is next to you, and of course how you meet the people's expectations, because I think that's the hardest part.
Okay, so I think that we have already given an idea of what the book is about. Now that we have the chance to have you with us today, we would like to know something more about you. So, how did poetry become so important, so relevant to you? What does it represent to you?
Yeah. As I mentioned at the beginning of our conversation, the whole thing started in 2015. I was very, very young. I didn't plan anything. I was just probably expecting for it to be a hobby and nothing more than that. But with the years, I saw that the poems were growing. They were really, really pouring themselves out, if I can use this phrase. And I found that actually they helped me to kind of depict the world from an angle I have, and they very much helped me, like in a way to make my own perfect world, if of course, it exists, and it's like a therapy of its own. I saw that there were days when I wrote like 5 or 10 different poems, and I understood that this thing cannot be kept like a hobby. I wanted to actually know what people think about it, if they like it, if they find sense in it as well, and what is their own perspective, because people, we understand the world differently, which is absolutely fine. And with the time, I understood that I wanted to give it a try, to show it to the public, and to actually receive their feedback and their comments on the different poems.
Wonderful. So here it is, the book. But I also heard that you're also trying to write songs in Bulgarian. Is that right?
That is correct. Actually, funny or not, when I started writing only in English. And as you know, I am a Bulgarian native. It was very, very strange for me at that time. And I was like, okay, it's good because it could be brought to a very wide audience in the world because it's in English. But why am I not writing in my own language, in Bulgarian? In time, poems in Bulgarian also started, pouring themselves out. Again, I'm using this word. And recently I really kind of saw that the number of those is growing very, very fast. And they definitely, in my own opinion, of course, humble opinion, because I'm not a musician, could be brought to the public as songs. And right now I'm actually in negotiations with some musicians here in Bulgaria about this probable realization of the lyrics in music. When I have better news, I will let you know.
Thank you. Thank you. So we look forward to hear something about this. Thank you very much, Ivelina, again, for joining us, for your time, and best luck with your book out there.
Thank you very much for your continued support as part of your books. I am really grateful that you guys said yes to my book, and fingers crossed that we will have a lot of success. Thank you for having me.
The poems that build this collection all contribute to creating the image of the king by telling each time a different story about him. Poem after poem, the figure of the king becomes more and more wide and unveiled, and the reader gets to live through this character's figure. Dine with the King, written by Ivelina Stoilova, is now available in bookstores and digital platforms. It's a publication by Eurobooks.